Hi, Warren Campion from Universal Property Systems. Over the last 15 years, there are 8 tips that I believe make a VA successful. What are those 8? The first one, it seems simple, but again, quite often not in place even after a person has been engaging with the VA for some time, is written task process mapping for both the onshore and the offshore. What do I mean by that? What is the person meant to do? How is the person meant to interact? When is the task meant to be done? On a day, on a week, in a month? Writing out exactly what has to happen, when it's to occur, and who is to do it, and then what happens next, is one of the simplest things that can mean a successful team operation. We found a lot of this out through COVID, working with local teams in local environments, but not in the same office. So it's the same theory from a global team. Written processes, understanding when, how, and what happens next. Or how do you get told to do it in the first place? So, written task process, number 1. Number 2, system connectivity. How is the person connected to your CRM system, your email system, your phone system? How are they connected either visually or vocally to your clients, to your suppliers, or to your team members? How easy is it to actually talk to them or for them to be able to talk to you? Agency inclusion, number 3. Do you have with the team leader or the manager of the department or the agent or the property manager working one-on-one with a VA, a daily video connection? It only has to be for 15 minutes, but set daily so that each person has a chance to say what they did yesterday or what they missed out on and what is due today, or if there's anything popping up that needs to be discussed. A visual contact helps inclusion, it helps connectivity, and it will bring out what the issues are. And again, like walking the floor in your own office, that visual connect, even though it's through a video, helps you understand the energy level and if the person is being engaged or not. That followed by a work in process sheet, a WIP sheet. A sheet that says what has to be done, followed through or balanced with your task position, with times, with deadlines, and where it's at. Because you may have things that are happening automatically or routinely, but there are also projects that get brought up and the one-offs. So are we keeping track with those? And is there a simple way where you can be updated without being interrupted? Do you have an online work in process sheet? Whether it's Airtable, Google Sheets, Excel online, there are many different forms. Monday. What one do you use? And are you using a WIP sheet? Rules on what occurs when somebody's sick. Not only from somebody overseas, but also somebody local. What is the rules and the process when a person is away sick? Everybody's going to be sick. So how do you make sure that the important things on a day get done if your team member ashore is sick or your team member overseas is sick? What are the rules and what's the process so both sides understand what needs to occur? Because it's going to occur. And again, let's not get caught short-footed. So what are the rules and how are they engaged when people are away on holidays or sick for a day? Training. What training are you doing for your staff globally as well as locally? Are you inviting your global team into training sessions via Zoom? Are we making sure that they're being fed the updates from the software companies? Are we going through the processes and reviewing how people are working when we bring in new software and including both parts of the team? The review of processes, the training of systems, and the training in the industry needs to be shared with all your people in your team, not just those in the local agency. Quarterly reviews. Are you actually sitting down and having a 15 to 20 minute chat on a quarter with your VA and the team member present to make sure that we're getting alignment? We can praise where it's due, or we can manage the areas where we might be needing expertise. The performance review is a key part to keeping both engaged and going forward and hitting the right targets. That comes back to the final 8th point, and that is the pay package, or the way we remunerate people. How are we doing? Are we doing an annual review? Have we got a 6-month bonus program? How are we making sure that our people are valued and feel valued, other than the word, through the pocket? Everybody wants to earn money. We want to make sure that we're getting the right return for the job that we're paying for, but again, it's not a set and forget. And since COVID, both in Australia and globally, there's been a lot of pressure on talent and a lot of headhunting. So what's the strategy that you've got in place that you review the pay structure and or have a performance structure in place on a quarterly or a 6-monthly basis, so that people know there's a reason to hang around and to continue performance? So 8 key spots: written task processes, system connectivity, agency inclusion, a work in process sheet, rules on what happens when somebody's away, attending training, quarterly performance reviews, and the annual strategy around remuneration. I think if you look at those 8 areas, you will find you'll have a long-term success working with people overseas as well as internally, and getting the benefit of why we started it in the first place. If you'd like to have a chat, reach out. Always free to share some ideas and tell you what has worked and what hasn't, because things are different everywhere. Have a great day.